What does April 1 stands for? Fool. So how many of you have been fooled on the day? Wow, great. How many of you believe that you are fooled on all the other days similar to April 1st? Great, you are on track. I don't need to even give the speech, I guess. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, millions of us are getting fooled every day in our life. Do you agree with it?
Yes.
How many of you keep it as a habit to grab a can of Coke whenever you enter McDonald's or Subway or any other restaurant? No one? Yeah. How many of you keep it as a habit to drink Coke instead of normal drinking water in your day-to-day life? I guess most of the people do that. In fact, many of the Americans doesn't even know water is the most available drinking resource in the world. That's what my opinion is. So, why do we need to talk about this? Coke is supposed to be your best cola product in the country. Or I would say, Coke has molded you with its marketing tactics, monopolistic marketing tactics, to make sure that Coke is the best cola product in the country. You may hit back at me. Or do I love Pepsi? Because I'm talking in favor of Pepsi? No, I am not a fan of Pepsi either. I'm a fan of Rihanna, who sings "Please Don't Stop the Music." Jokes apart, back to serious business. I do accept there is a heavy competition that is going on in the cola market. But do you know how many brands does cola market? How many brands does cola have? Coca-Cola have, sorry.
60.
Wow.
There are 400 brands of Coca-Cola is available in the market. And to name few of that, Sprite, Fanta, 8 o'clock, and it goes on. And do you know how many flavors Coke itself comes in the market?
Coke itself?
Yeah. We have a Coke International Museum here in Atlanta, I guess. Yeah. Where they have all the flavors listed. It's 127 flavors. I don't want to talk about the flavors because you would have tasted many flavors than me. So, let me consider a situation in which you are unbiased towards any of the products, cola, like Coke or Pepsi, and you want to have a cola product. The cost of both Pepsi and Coke is same, and the availability radius of Coke is 50 meters. That means within every 50 meter circle you will be able to get Coke. On the other hand, the Pepsi is 500 meters. Given that both Pepsi and Coke sells the item in the same price, and you have to pay additional travel cost if you have to travel a lot, which one would you prefer? Coke or Pepsi? This is available within 50 meters, this is available within 500 meter range.
Coke.
I'll
Coke.
take Coke.
Coke. So as a rational consumer, you will try to reduce the amount which you are trying to spend on travel, right? So obviously you will try to choose Coke instead of Pepsi, and which increases Coke's convenience chain. So which in turn increases more consumption of Coke when compared to Pepsi. So normally whenever you go to purchase purchase a cola product, you will tend to purchase Coke instead of Pepsi. So which increases the brand loyalty of Coke, which in turn increases the consumption of Coke, and which in turn programs your mind to get Coke instead of Pepsi whenever you enter a market. For that, that's a typical example. Whenever you enter a restaurant, if a waiter asks, would you like to have a cola drink? What would you tell? Generally you tell, yeah, I would like to have a Coke. So that is the impact of that. And the way the product is marketed also plays a major role in influencing these factors. Other than the restaurants and malls, in the food outlets like McDonald's, they generally tend to have one single brand instead of having the two brands in place. If you go to McDonald's, you can see only Coke instead of Pepsi. So the customer is not even given a choice to choose between either Coke or Pepsi. So which in turn increases the monopolistic effects, which again aggravates you to move towards Coke instead of Pepsi. So these are some of the cases which in turn affects the marketing person or the retailer, who in turn is also a consumer. So what will he think? As a consumer, he believes that, okay, many people are consuming Coke, so I am also trying to have Coke in my restaurant rather than having Pepsi, because that sells more. So which in turn increases the convenience chain of Coke. So which creates a dominance chain for Coke. But why do you need to worry about all these things? You have better things to worry about. Why do you need to worry about the fight between Pepsi and Coke? Why do you need to worry about it? There is a concept in merchandising called price leadership. You have any idea about it? Price leadership. Suppose if the Coke continues to dominate the entire market, then the Coke may become the price leader of cola market, which in turn means that it can decide the price on which it want to sell the product. So what will happen now? It will try to increase its price, but you can hit back at me and telling that, man, I have now Pepsi in my hand, I can take Pepsi. But there is another concept in merchandising called MAP, minimum advertisement price. Suppose if you say Coke is selling at $3 and the Pepsi is selling it as $3, as they are both the same, and suddenly if the Coke increases its price to $5 and the minimum advertisement price is 60% of price leader, or if it goes to $6, then they have to definitely increase the price. So the price leader's percentage, minimum percentage, should be maintained by the other competitors. So what will happen? You may have to end up paying more for having Coke at the same time having Pepsi. So which in turn will increase your spending for drinking the same carbonated soda water. So take a oath today. As an American, please tell. Please tell with me. As an American, whenever I am entering a restaurant, I will demand my retailer to give me a real alternative option other than Coca-Cola and save myself from Coca-Cola. Coke monopoly. So as a part of this project, I need to talk about a controversial topic. What is the better topic than talking against Coke at its world headquarters? So that's why I was talking about this topic, and I am expecting a call from Coca-Cola headquarters to solve this problem. So now I am opening the discussion for questions. If you have questions, I have 2 to 3 minutes. I can answer it. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
I have a question, yes. Your theory is that because Coke is the only option, that people are forced to consume it. I challenge that because I believe because Coke is so delicious, people are buying it, and therefore they're putting it on the shelves because of demand. There is no demand for Pepsi. And being in Atlanta, and being a consumer, I know for a fact that Coke is better.
Right. I'm understanding your question. The question is not about Coke is better than Pepsi. The question is about the unknown fact that the dominance is created by Coke on you, which will make you to pay more down the line.
Just the reverse. I don't agree with you. I think that the reason Coke is there, the dominance is there because of customer demand, not customer mind manipulation.
I would like to differ from it.
I think it is that they stick it, let's use McDonald's, okay? There is an agreement between McDonald's and Coca-Cola. All McDonald's are only gonna serve Coke. Generally, when you walk into a store, you'll say, can I get a Coke? And we use the term interchangeably. I personally am not from the South, and I didn't like Coke. I am a Pepsi person. Coke was too strong for me. Pepsi
I think
is
she can
sweeter.
answer for you.
So when I go to McDonald's, I make the choice, that's too strong, I'd rather have water, or now that they have the machines, I will select from their other 127 flavors.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'm buying your argument that brand loyalty increases the consumption of the product. However, you have concluded that if Coke leaves, then Pepsi would be forced to increase their price. Well, I'm a price sensitive person, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna substitute Pepsi. And why wouldn't we think that a lot of other consumers would substitute Pepsi and drive the demand for Pepsi up, so Pepsi wouldn't have to increase their prices?
That's what, so,
addicted from Atlanta.
as I said,
Yeah.
as I said, it should collectively come, right? So it's, anyway, if Coke is a price image item, take it as price image item. Price image items in the sense, whenever you change the price of that item, every customer will know that the price is changed. When compared to others, there are some price blind items where people may not notice if you increase the price. But the problem is, you have been addicted to Coke. So that is the problem. You are ready to pay more, even if they are increasing it by $1 or $2, right?
Well, is it
I'm price
addiction?
sensitive, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's an
still,
addiction.
anyway, you are price sensitive, but everyone in this room, will you agree to it? If
Well,
they,
is it addiction or brand
No.
loyalty?
Yeah.
Does
There
everyone
you
buy
go.
a specific type of peanut butter?
That's right.
Or do you switch peanut butters with whatever's on sale? And
Yeah.
you know, same thing with your detergent. Do you have a specific detergent? I think there's a brand loyalty that everyone believes in.
yeah,
You know, it's just no different than, do you prefer to go to the ones in orange, Home Depot, or do you prefer to go to the ones in blue, Lowe's? There's certain things that some people are like, I'm just gonna go this place, I'm gonna buy this place, or, but there's some that don't care.
yeah.
A Coke is a Coke, or, you know, a Cola is a Cola, you know, but there's a lot of brand loyalty out there.
Yeah. Last question.
Are you suggesting that taste or not taste, that once a company establishes brand dominance or brand leadership or price leadership, that they are then the ones who can kind of control how the market goes in terms of price? Is that the contention?
Yeah, when there is a stage when customers are ready to pay to accept that brand, like if everyone is programmed to get that, then there is
whatever
a stage
reason,
when
right.
they will try to definitely increase it. If you take Apple, that's the best example for it. They are selling the price
Right.
product at a price which they want to sell it, and the customers are ready to pay it, though it is 200 times or 300 times greater than the others, right? So that's
That's
and
a great
I'm
example.
running out of time. I will take the questions offline. Thank you.
Okay.